This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Worldwide Financial Planning, Truro and Penwith College, and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com. Visitors to the parish fete in St Mary's have been delighted by traditional seaside entertainment. Punch and Judy with Professor Goodvibes. His Prince Charles puppet proved a hit. Professor Goodvibes came over on the Solonian from Penzance to entertain the crowds. He says he's proud of not subscribing to the rules of political correctness with his puppets and traditional Punch and Judy.
Certainly with a lot of people, yes. I mean, there are people who've been kind of sucked in by the PC thing, but yeah, generally I think ordinary people, they're fed up with it. You know, they're fed up with being told you can't sit here because, you know, you might trip over a dandelion, you can't climb up a tree, you can't do this, you can't do that. What would Punch do? I know what Punch would do. He'd just give him a whack and say, well, I'm doing it anyway, you know. And that's what it's about. And yeah, I think people, beginning to, get totally fed up with it. So, good old Mr. Punch. I mean, lead everybody the right way.
Books were selling well at the fete. Jane Chiverton and Sarah Hale were staffing the book table.
They've been very good. We haven't had as many children's books as normal, but the ones we have had have nearly all gone, and there's been a lot of interest in lots of different books. Yeah, it's been good.
The Canon Michael Fisher is looking after the parish church until October. A familiar face to many islanders, he's deputised for Father Guy previously, but this will be the longest time he'll spend in one go in Scilly.
Previous longest was 5 weeks, so this is by far the longest, yes.
Also at the fete, the man taking over the reins of the parish church in October. He's been meeting islanders. Peter Walker is currently in charge of Theoch, a parish in Cornwall, and works closely with the cathedral, a role he intends to continue with when he comes here. He's used to working in a close-knit community and says there are similarities with the nature of inner London parishes, where he started.
Well, I started in a close-knit environment in East London, actually, but I was in a community that was cut off by the motorway from the Blackwall Tunnel in Hackney, and it was a very tight-knit part of, because East London's like that. It's a number of villages, and we were in one of those villages. And then went up to Cumbria, and we were not only were we with the Cumbrians in the valleys and hills, but we lived as a community, and there were 16 of us running a retreat and conference centre, and so we lived as a very close community, praying and working together. And some came and joined us for a year, and we did that for 11 years. And then came down to Cornwall on the mainland in Porthleven, and then to the cathedral, where I've been for the last 10 years.